Item number 9, Mr. Reardon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. I move that Resolution 2008-146, appointing Lisa Lee, David B. Monkowski, and Robert Carpenter to the Commission on Disability Issues, said terms to expire September 22nd, 2010, be approved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any question, discussion? All those in favor?
Are they here?
Unanimous. Anybody here?
Yes, I believe they're here. Is that correct?
If you're here, would you please
stand?
stand and raise your hand and be recognized? Thank you very much.
Mr.
Look forward to your service.
Thank you very much.
Next item is the call to the public. I have one person that is submitted a sheet to talk to us tonight. So I'd ask the Reverend David Barkley to come forward. David, please. And you've been here before, sir. You know we got a 5-minute rule. If you come to the podium.
I have a slow clock.
Okay. I think we've got plenty of time tonight. Thank you.
Oops.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Mueller and Council. I'm David Barkley, a citizen of 2660 Brewer Drive. In 5 minutes, I can't begin to delve into the depth of what I want to bring before you, but I felt each of these 3 items I did want to address. First, the homeless and the near homeless in Sierra Vista. As development continues, the spaces where homeless persons may find rest for the night diminishes. In the past 6 weeks, I've talked with nearly 10 homeless persons. Every one of them tells me the G&A shelter is usually full. Kathy Calabrese at G&A confirms this. More, we knew back in 2000 that Sierra Vista had a large number of families continually making decisions whether to pay rent or food. Here are some indicators. The Center of Budget and Policy Priorities. From 1980 to 2000, Arizona had the largest growth in the disparity between the wealthiest and the poorest. One can see this in Sierra Vista, where many people are trying to make a living working usually part-time at restaurants or department stores. Zip code 85635 in 2000 had a population of 28,936. The combined number of families and individuals below the poverty line in that zip code was 4,556, which is 16% of the population, considerably be above the national average. In Cochise County, from reports by the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, 36% of income on average is needed to rent a standard housing unit. For the poor, that goes up to something like 60 or 80%. Carol Jardal of Sierra Vista School District staff reports that there were 170 homeless children enrolled in the district schools in the previous school year. Like the families mentioned above with rent and food problems, the families of these children are often bunking in with relatives or friends. Even with a burgeoning shelter, and I want to stop and say, one of the people that I talked to, I guess I won't give her name, but I consider her a citizen as much as any of us. She's lived here, sleeping out beyond the pool, the cove. Her brother left her and went on back to Tennessee. She got a disability. She'd not been able to get anybody to help her get disability income, so she has no income. She has a desire to work, but she has such pulmonary deficiencies and other problems that she can't lift. She said, I would be glad to work as a housekeeper in one of the motels, but I can't lift anything. She's rather typical. Another man says, yes, I can find a job when Labor Ready has one, but they usually want an address, and I don't have an address. Even with the burgeoning shelter, we still find a city that pays little attention to the poorest members. I urge City Council to include funds for G&A in each annual budget, and to work with it and other agencies to design a more wholesome and life-saving approach to our vulnerable citizens. There's more I would like to say on that, but I'll let that go for now. 2, and I suppose this is the most controversial, but I think it's important. Restaurants that I would estimate that about 5 restaurants have started and closed this last year. Most closed with no attention to employees. At one restaurant, employees came to work on Friday, discovered a note on the door, restaurant closed. Let me stop and say that one time when I was an administrator of a corporation's office in Phoenix, we had an outplacement fund that we had to lay somebody else, we gave them 2 weeks' salary, so they had something to begin with when they looked for another job. I'm suggesting that we start a fund to be housed in a local bank, managed by the city, wherein each new restaurant would deposit before opening funds sufficient to pay a week's salary to all employees hired the first 3 months. If it were set up on a non-profit basis, you could be the recipient of community donations. Restaurant owners who were in full business after 1 year would have the choice to withdraw the deposited funds or keep in the bank for layoffs. No withdrawals could be made without city staff approval. Obviously, there's much more to say, and I haven't had this vetted by an attorney, but that's basically the proposal. I've talked to people who are laid off, owed money, and have absolutely nothing on which to live. 3, development is not growth. Dr. Bill Brown, former chair of the Santa Cruz County Planning and Zoning, has noted insufficient attention to the effects of unbridled growth in Sierra Vista, straining future water resources for all citizens, ballooning necessary infrastructure and city service requirements for the entire city. I read the city's plans for the next years. While there are good features in them, the city still lacks vision. What kind of city should we be? Why are there no common areas of shops where people can walk from one place to another and sit and talk to each other without automobiles in the way? The most attractive features of Sierra Vista were not created by us but by God. We often seem to be doing our best to reduce or destroy the river, the air, and the mountain vistas, and I need to add a parenthetic note how pleased I am with the reports of Jim Herwig and Bruce on some of the efforts there. Growth means a city has character. I've read a number of city plans from across the country and seen how cities lift up the features that are more attractive, enhance the skills and the rich heritages of their people. Sierra Vista without the Huachucas and the San Pedro is like 10,000 other cities across the country. The mayor asked at a campaign brunch, if not castle and cook who. Perhaps the answer is let's find our own way first, then decide how to do it, rather than allow more and more boxes to be built and big boxes for shopping. And my friend Father Greg is here. That church, when it was building a new church, put into the sanctuary and the areas around it things that represented all the different ethnic heritages in that congregation. Why couldn't we do that for the city? Thank you, and may the Lord, who sees a city where no one builds a house for another to own it and live in it, a city where the lame walk and are cherished, a city where no infant dies soon after birth or is brutally used by others, may that Lord bless and keep you. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Broccoli.